Hey guys, hope y'all are doing well. We are back. This is the March income report. Now, if you missed last month, it's basically my part-time $150,000 retirement plan, budget, etc. That video did very well. But one thing I noticed was I stretched it on for about 25 minutes, and the actual view duration was extremely low. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to condense this down as quickly as possible. I made a new spreadsheet because the one that I had was confusing even to me. So I'm hoping to kind of clean this up and make this thing look and go a lot quicker. So what I'm going to do is just a monthly report. I'm going to show the holdings. I'm going to show all my income for the month. I'm working on doing my monthly outlay because I think that's important because I really don't track every cent that I spend, and I probably really should start doing that. So if you're new here, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Leave me a comment down below. Use some of those affiliate links down below. That would really help out the channel and myself and family, and I would appreciate it. So let's get into it. Now, if you all remember, I had this kind of a mess going on here, right? And to me, it was just confusing. We also, I went through all the YouTube affiliates and all that stuff. I'm just going to consolidate that stuff, right? And we'll just do a monthly cash flow report. And what's that going to look like? It's going to look like this right here. So we're going to start. This is going to be March. I didn't bring all the totals for the year. I'm just going to start from here on out. I got a lot going on this month. We got some orders for the business that ain't going to be paid yet. Dealing with districts that are like net 45-day payers and sometimes slower than that. So got to wait on that. Dealing with taxes, right? Got to pay a bunch of taxes. We'll talk about that here in a second. But this is all the income that we generated in March of 2022. First up, the options account, we realized income of $3,432.73. Dividends were huge this month, $929.91. Now, this is an exceptional month. The QYLDs, RYLDs, XYLDs actually paid out twice in March. Their February payment was paid out in March, and their March payment was paid out in March. So also included in this was a Camping World dividend and a Rocket Mortgage special dividend. So this is really inflated this month, but it's nice to see, right? $929.91. I'm expecting next month, because I think the YLDs are going to skip a month. So like their April dividends are going to get paid out in May. I think that's how it is. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. So $929.91. Interest, that's my high yield savings account. That's my interactive brokers account that they lend out your shares and they pay you interest on doing so. So in total, $10.75. Now income, this is going to include anything from my business and anything included. I don't include YouTube income like the videos that you guys see here, but I do include those special videos that I do for companies how can I put it? That I don't want to call it promote, but I do a awareness video on those. And I did one in March, got paid $400 for that. So that's, for someone like me, it's good to make a little bit of money from YouTube, because YouTube really doesn't pay very much, to be honest with you. Fidelity Rewards. This is the 2% cash back from my Fidelity card. This was an exceptional month as well. Usually it's about half this, but this month it was $49.03. And then YouTube monthly income from you watching the ads and things like that, and also on super chats on the live streams. That totaled out to $280.94. Ko-Fi is the tip jar. That link is down below if you just appreciate what I do and want to throw me a bone and you don't want to use any of the affiliate links. So Ko-Fi is a way you can do it, and you guys generously gave me $70 for the month of March. Next up is Amazon. Somebody went wild on Amazon and bought a excuse me, bought a whole bunch of stuff. It was my best month on Amazon so far, and that was $42.05. Referrals like M1 Finance, I got a Robinhood link, Interactive Brokers link, nothing for the month of March there. So total income for the month of March, $5,215.41. Like I said, this was an exceptional month, especially for dividends, for the Fidelity reward card. And that video, it'd be nice to do once a month, but that's been spotty. So it's just every once in a while I do one of those. So that was the month of March, $5,215. It actually surprised me. I didn't think it was that high. So this is how the total portfolio stands right now. Interactive Brokers, we have $83,757 in cash. This is where I do my options trading on my Wednesday videos. Stocks, I do hold the stocks in there. Actually, almost all the stocks except for what's in the M1 Finance. 35,251 of stocks in there. My high yield savings account. If you look back on if you watch my last video, the $150,000 retirement plan, this is just a high yield savings account. It's just kind of this is supposed to be 6 months of expenses, right? At $3,000 a piece. But I've been funneling money into there because I've been reducing some of this miscellaneous over here and putting into the high yield savings account. And I'm going to be putting more because if you look up here, tax preparation services, I got to pay about $8,500 in taxes this year, which is a very exceptional year as well. My guess is 2022, I'll have either zero or very little taxes paid that I'll need to pay in 2022. M1 Fine, this is with Discover, by the way. It gets a 0.5% interest rate, and that's what some of that is there. My M1 Finance account, I'm going to, for the moment, I'm going to pause funding my M1 Finance account because I was putting all the YouTube income into there. For now that I'm going to be essentially, for the most part, living on my options account and everything else. I want to kind of get a baseline of what I'm doing here, because I remember way back I said I was going to be until May or so, and it looks like it's going to be April that I'm going to have to start pulling money from my account to actually live on. So we're going to see how that works. I wanted to have a baseline of 6 months of expenses in the high yield savings account that I can pull on while I work the options account and build up cash in there, and then funnel it as needed. So 6905 in M1 Finance, miscellaneous. I ended up selling my business equipment. I outsource the work now. I don't do the work, the physical labor personally. I outsource that. So that's where some of that is, and a little bit in Roth and stuff like that. But a lot of that's going to get funneled over here and essentially get paid to the IRS. So as the end of March, we have a total of $107,324 in cash, which isn't quite, because this is some cash too, but $53,250 in stocks / cash, for a grand total of $160,844.70 at the end of March. So I never really figured this, right? And that's why I had all those separate accounts. I had a bunch of accounts, and I wanted to consolidate it down to this: Interactive Brokers, high yield savings, M1 Finance, and that's it. And we'll see how that works. It'll probably be a lot easier to manage and to keep track of, for sure. And weight loss, that was the important one. I gotta say, I'm disappointed in myself. March weight loss was 0. Okay, so I got 37 more to go. If you guys remember, I wanted to lose 60 pounds. I've lost 23 so far, but I slacked off in March for sure. It was my wife and I's anniversary, and we pigged out. But one day's not going to kill the whole diet, so I'm not going to blame it on that. It's just pure laziness, honestly. So hopefully in April, I'm not on be transparent. I'm not off to a great start either, but hopefully we can get it back under control. Now I'll take a look at the holdings real quick and show you the stock positions. One thing that I stopped doing, and I'll get back into it. First one is Lemonade. That one is a speculative stock. It's on my chopping block. If I can get rid of it, I'll get rid of it, but I'm pretty far down on it at the moment. It's 100 shares. Camping World, that paid out a dividend this in March. Got 100 shares of that. I'm looking to add to that if I can. MetV, that's the Metaverse ETF. That's just a small holding, 300 shares. I'll probably hold on to that and just ride the Metaverse wave for a while. QYLD, this is between my M1 Finance and my Interactive Brokers account. We have 645 shares of QYLD, 500 shares of RYLD, 200 shares of XYLD, 25.86 shares of QQQM, which is in the M1 Finance, and then 170 shares of Rocket, which is also on my chopping block. So overall, you'll see that Camping World gives us about 250 a year. QYLD responsible for about 1,664. RYLD about 1,470. XYLD about 905. And then QQM is negligible, and Rocket they're just special dividends, so not really. So monthly average currently is $373.25 average. I'm going to expect it to be about $320 because I only have 3 monthly payers here, and that's the QYLD, RYLD, and XYLD. But I am adding in April. I am adding some stocks, so stay tuned. You'll see this as I build this out. I'm going to be adding some of the income funds, but I'm also going to be adding some stocks here too. And it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Currently, $53,000 in stocks. I know that doesn't add up to this over here because it's kind of a little jumbled still, but we're down, about 10% overall in the stocks. And interestingly, the ones I'm up in is QYLD, RYLD, and XYLD, which is interesting, but it is what it is. So hopefully this didn't go on for 25 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Use those links if you can. I would appreciate it. We'll see how April does. We did $5,200 in March. I really am not expecting that much in April. I'll be lucky if it's half that, if I'm going to be honest with you. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I think this is easier to follow, easier for me to track, and hope you guys enjoyed. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.